News. So, all right, we're in the middle of winter break for a lot of college students, and often when your college student comes home, and many of them are for the holidays, they're not maybe that sweet, unassuming child that left for school just a few months ago, right? So, how do you check in, make sure that your kid is well acclimating and thriving, and of course, behaving well in the college that you're probably paying for without being too invasive? Well, educator and author Dr. Amy Alamar is here with those questions. I think this is a really interesting topic because, especially for freshman parents who this is the first time they're out of the house, they're coming home and saying, hey, what just happened while you were gone? So how do you know kind of what is the difference between just kind of becoming more independent and becoming maybe involved in some risky stuff?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And you want to make sure that you are welcoming your emerging adult home,
Sure.
and that you're respectful of maybe a new identity they're trying out, or they're forming. And so welcoming them home and setting priorities like, I want to do X, Y, and Z with you, maybe a special dinner or a gift exchange or what have you, and then letting them go do their own thing too. So kind of watching them and taking cues from them. They're more of a guest in your home than just your child anymore. Yeah, and then
hard for some parents to kind of process.
Very hard,
though,
especially if they are on your dime, right?
Right.
So they are still your kid, they're still your dependent, and they still need you. But you really want to try to honor who they're becoming and get to know this person.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what about too, parents, I'm assuming that many of them obviously still want their kids to want to come home. So how do you get involved and maybe have those conversations about how things are going at school and things like that without being too much of them saying, I don't want to come back here anymore, like I'm over this? How do you kind of draw that line?
Yeah, and so, most schools are going to have restrictions on what they'll share with you as a parent. So you really want to start that conversation, if you haven't already, with your student and trust them to navigate their new life, and really, ask questions, be open-minded. But when they ask for privacy, or they're, asking you to kind of slow down, take that cue from them too, because you really don't want to push so hard that they're not going to come back.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what about like red flags? Because like we said, you want them to become this independent person. You want them to grow up. You want them to have this great college experience. But you also want to make sure they're staying on the right track. They're doing what they're supposed to. So what are warning signs maybe that parents need to be paying attention
Yeah,
to?
so if they are home, you can notice, are they more withdrawn than they usually are? Have they physically changed? Are they losing weight, gaining weight? Are they eating differently? Do they seem to have a different kind of friend? Of course, their group of friends will have changed, but is it a different kind of friend? And are they, spending more time on their own or away from you? And does it concern you? And trust your gut. So if you feel like something's wrong, start the conversation with your child. And if you need more support, go find that.
And sometimes parents, the freshman 15 just happens.
Yeah.
So let it go. It doesn't always mean bad news. It just means sometimes the dining hall is really nice.
It's just something to notice, just something to notice and talk about.
And what about from the perspective of being the student, perhaps? You're coming home and you want to keep that great relationship with your family, but you also want to say, hey, this is me. I'm a college
I'm an
student
adult
now.
now, and I'm making more and more decisions on my own, so I'm still looking to you for guidance, but you're more of an advisor or a facilitator as a parent, as opposed to a manager.
Wow, really interesting stuff, because again, the holidays can be tricky. You're already navigating so much, and you want to make sure that they come home, they enjoy the time home, keep that great relationship going. Dr. Amy, thank you so much for being with us. Really interesting topic.